Hello everyone. Welcome to Earth Week special WNS Denali Pro Tip series. It is my honor to introduce Thomas Udesen to our audience today. Thomas is so well known for his work in procurement and specifically in sustainability. He leads the dynamic procurement function at Bayer, the global life science company. Sustainability is a matter close to his heart, inspiring him, driving him way beyond his Bayer duties. Because of his passion in sustainability, he co founded the Sustainable Procurement Pledge initiative. With this, he strives to drive a much needed change towards responsible behavior and sustainable decision making across supply chain. And I'm so excited and glad to talk about sustainable procurement, a topic which is quite close to my heart as well, with Thomas today. Thomas, welcome to this series.
Vaishali, thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure talking to you.
Thomas, just to start, why sustainability matters to you, and specifically why you think sustainability and procurement is like a match made in heaven.
So I think sustainability matters to me and hopefully to everybody out there, because this is really one of the biggest tasks we have also as a human being, is to make sure that we leave the planet in the same or even a better condition than what we received, thinking about the next generation. So that's a underlying motivation, as a citizen, as a father, this is something that is very important. But why is that combination with procurement critical? It's because if you think of the global procurement community, we have approximately 1 million people out there every day making deals of billions. And we sit with an incredible power. We can choose to change the world for better, more responsible practices, or we can choose to tolerate certain things which are, against those principles of a sustainable procurement practice. And I think it's where at least I have made up my mind very clearly that I want to use that power for good. And that's, of course, what we also welcome people to do in the context of the Sustainable Procurement Pledge. And with that, we are saying that procurement is really not just a job, it is a responsibility.
Perfect. And what will be your second tip, Thomas?
Well, I think there's a sense of urgency that I hope that we all start to sense. The statistics, the projections vis-a-vis the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals by 2030 are not looking all that great. There is clear feedback from the procurement community, but also supply chain leaders in general, that we are not going to meet our ambition by 2030 unless we now accelerate and drive the change. So that's what is important. Don't wait for somebody else to fix the problem. Get in the game now.
And Thomas, this brings me to the third tip of the day, which is information is power. I think one of the biggest challenges in implementing sustainable procurement and specifically in day-to-day operation is, lack of information and awareness among stakeholders, be it internal stakeholders or external stakeholders. And it's not a surprise that a lot of studies have found that there is a lack of understanding that what is going on in sustainable procurement. And I think what we need right now are different forums, channels where we talk about this topic and also share the good practices around sustainable procurement. So I think, Thomas, your next tip is around the information.
Yeah, I certainly want to agree with you that it is about making sure that knowledge is available for everybody who needs that. And again, if you go back to our 1 million practitioners who sit on the front line and negotiate, for them, often this is a huge and complex topic. And of course, making sure they have access to the best information at any given moment in time is critical. But I think the other dimension linked with information is collaboration. And I think here it's also important to recognize that none of us individually are capable of dealing with these enormous challenges that come with climate change and some of the social injustice that we see across supply chains. And this is where we really have to all pull in the same directions. And one of the principles that the Sustainable Procurement Pledge is built on is indeed the United Nations Global Compact, where it is about doing things together and making sure that we share knowledge and make sure that the sustainable supply chains is not a topic for competitive pressure.
Sure. Thank you. Thanks, Thomas. And it brings me to our last tip of the day.
Yeah, so maybe the last tip is also recognizing that we all come from very, very different positions in terms of our sustainable procurement maturity journey. There is nobody who has reached that perfect position yet. There's lots of companies who is now having very mature programs, very structured, trying to reduce CO2 emissions, different dimensions. But nobody has reached that point yet. And that should not be a deterrent for anybody to feel, oh, I shouldn't be going. No, if anything, start walking. Try to find some partners on your journey. You will be maybe surprised that there are many people who is desperate to help you, give you the information, encourage you when you fall, help you up so that the journey, will be safe and that we all, get to the, I see this is a mountaineering, so that we all get to the pinnacle of the mountain together, and that we can look back, come 2030 and say we really did our part to contribute to a better, safe life also for the next generations. And that's what it's all about. It is about making sure that we take that responsibility, we convert it into tangible action, and make sure that we all can be proud of the legacy that we are also then leaving as procurement professionals.
So Thomas, I think these are great tips for our audience to start on the journey of sustainability, and specifically in procurement. And just to end our today's series episode, I think we have a kind of a small giveaway to our audience. These are certain words they can, start when they are starting their sustainability journey. They can start by looking into that it is not a job, it is their responsibility to work on sustainability. And we need to act like our house is on fire. So act now and make it a kind of a journey rather than just a journey where we are going solo. We need to collaborate and we need to work together in this area and make information your power to go on this journey beautifully. Thank you. Thanks so much, Thomas, for your time today.
Thank you, Vaishali.
Thank you. Thanks so much.